What's up, YouTube? Angry Jackal up here, Rob Ricks. I want to address something. I want to talk about something. I want to talk about living with the darkness inside of you. Man is capable of great good as well as horrible evil. I remember I was helping my wife write a paper on Full Metal Jacket. And in there, we worked out that the movie was basically a commentary about the duality of man, the good and evil that exists. And if you look at any great genocide or atrocity that happens, a lot of times the things that happen by good people. Normally they're good people, but when a crowd mentality takes place and they are faced with a situation, do I want to be the boot on this guy's neck or do I want the boot on my neck? You get to these little moral dilemmas where there's darkness and there's good that exists in the same person. I want to talk about that a little bit because in our quest and our effort to become of the light and be a bright beacon of hope and happiness and prosperity and goodness, we need to figure out how to tame the beast. I had a friend that posted up, I can't remember if it was on one of my videos or if it was on Facebook, that said, not only am I friends with my dark monster inside, but it's better to control it. And I thought about that for a little bit. And I think he wasn't necessarily wrong, but I think if you allow a strong, functional, dark beast to live within your heart, you won't ever be fully entrenched in the positive because it'll always be there influencing you. So the dilemma we're facing is a lot of us have a pretty big, strong, dark wolf. We'll use the two wolf analogy here. You got the wolf of the light and the wolf of the dark, and which one wins is the one you feed the most. But it doesn't say the one that you don't feed is going to die. So we have to acknowledge that as a human being, we still have the ability of great good and great bad. You know, and sometimes you might be called upon to do something that normally your moral compass would say, we can't do this. But it might be such a dire situation where you have to do something. Or people around you that you care and love about might suffer horribly. We'll talk about that later in great detail. But what I want to talk about right now is how to tame the darkness and focus more on the light. And this is something I'm struggling with because, you know, I have a pretty good sized dark wolf. And there's times that I feel its influence and its hunger to go out. You know, somebody does something to me and I get mad. It's the beast that wants to act. But with my counting methodologies, I've been able to kind of sate it down and figure out a positive route to take. But it's still there, and I note that it's there. So, how do we deal with this? How do we tame the dark wolf? You can't abuse it. You can't hurt it. You can't exercise it out of you. So what are some things we can do? And I think this is the methodology which we need to incorporate to diminish its influence. The more good we do, that's more energy. And we're feeding the white wolf. And the more we become acquainted with that light and the positive, and the more that we use it and it becomes habit to us, the less influence he has. He's always going to be there. That's just the nature of man. The darkness will always be in our heart. But if we are conditioning ourselves to always be of the positive, be of the positive, be of the positive, that's fine. Because we acknowledge he's here, but the influence level is much less. Now, if we focus on a negative, and we focus on our shortcomings, and we focus on the assholes around us, and we focus on, you know, not following our dreams and just kind of existing, that is when the beast starts to win. And we don't want that. Because this is also misery, sadness, pain, misfortune, just the epitome of negativity. So we want this. We want to have the light. So we gotta think about this, guys. We gotta come up with some strategies. I'm coming up with things on a regular basis. I'm sharing them with you guys. But I invite you, if you come across something in your day-to-day that impacted you, maybe it's something simple. My wife is a huge meditation person. She's always saying, you know what, meditate, 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 and it helps to bring you down to a level. And I have a hard time with meditation because I'm one of those type of people that I can fall asleep really easily. So if I'm sitting there and I'm meditating too deep and I'm just really relaxed and that's what happens. Meditation doesn't work for me. I end up having really deep thoughts, speaking out, and then I just fucking fall asleep. And so I don't get the same benefit that she does. But maybe you do. This is some things where we collaborate. We try to figure stuff out so that we can help each other. Because as a community, if we can all be a community of the light and be reliant so other people can see our beacon of light and come to us and rely on us for their help, to train them, to condition them, to mentor them, then we have a better world. That's how we affect change, guys. By helping people find the light. Helping them to figure out ways to feed the white wolf while starving out the dark wolf. So I invite you guys, please, as always, in the comments, let's have a conversation. Tell me what you think. I really love it when we have our conversations and stuff. So anyway, just let me know. That's it for now. If you like it, please subscribe. Tell all your friends. Until next time, please be good to each other.